Welcome back to Create and Craft with Katie. Today we're in my breakfast nook and we're going to be making some wrapped Easter eggs. I simply used a cotton yarn. You can get, this one is from Michael's, you can get them from Hobby Lobby, Walmart. They're about $2 a roll and you can choose any colour you like. I decided to do these after seeing some beautiful ones in Home Goods and Pier 1, and I looked at them and thought I can do those myself. You need a plastic egg. These ones were from the Dollar Tree, 6 for $1. They're quite difficult to get hold of, so I bought a bag of these from Amazon. These are slightly firmer, they don't squash as easily as these. These tiny foam ones, which turn out at this size, are 12 in a pack for $1 at the Dollar Tree. You can also do a large one. This was also $1 from the Dollar Tree. This one was a filled candy egg, but I just want to use the outside. And the same with this one, it was an egg holding Skittles. And an even smaller foam egg came in a large bag from Amazon. Now the secret to these is to use Scor-Tape. I started with a hot glue gun, but it was very fiddly. Now, full disclosure, I am the design team lead for the Scor-Pal challenge, but this is not a sponsored video. I have not been paid to use the Scor-Tape. I just absolutely love it and wanted to show people how else you could use it other than just paper crafting. So you are going to cover your egg. I do mine on 6. It will be before the paper has been taken off. These are in separate sections, one singular one around the top. However, because I do this quite often, I like to do it in 3 pieces. So start in the center, pressing the tape all around the egg. It tears, no need for scissors. Press it down onto the body of the egg. Remove the transfer paper. I like to do these in 6 sections, so you use 3. So we go round again at about 1/3 of the way. Tear it, press it down. Try not to get too many fingers on it because you need it to remain sticky for the yarn to attach to it. And then finally across the top here, and tear, pressing down. So you are left with 6 sticky lines around the egg. Then choose the yarn that you wish to use and take off a couple of yards. I don't know exactly how long it takes, how much there is to cover one egg. I just like to keep mine on the end of the spool. You start at the bottom with the end of the yarn, press it down, keep one finger on the yarn on the egg and let the other part of the yarn feed through your other 2 fingers, turning and pressing, trying to keep your fingers on the unsticky part of the egg to allow for the adhesive to still be there when you get to it. And you simply turning very, very easily. This is not a difficult thing. I love this variegated yarn. It gives a very professional look with virtually no skill needed at all. It changes colour gradually. This one has 4 different colours: white, yellow, blue, green, and just every now and again you keep pushing the yarn down onto the edge of the glue. Really, really easy. This is not a difficult job at all, and it is very quick and for me quite satisfying. That's why, if you can see in front, I have a whole basket full, because I sit watching the television, okay, actually I realised I picked up the end of the yellow and white yarn, not the 4-colour yarn, but again it's exactly the same process no matter which yarn you use. So I'm about 2/3 of the way now. If you can see there's a little gap, then you just simply push the yarn down to fill the gap. I like to turn it round here. I'm keeping my fingers on the top of the yarn, pushing down every time I get to the tape. Really, really easy to do. You just keep it tight. If you go a little loose, you can always unwind it and try again. The tape is pretty forgiving while you're working with it, but it will give you a good adhesion, and it's much, much easier than any form of wet glue. Once you get to the top, it's obviously you're going to be trying to fill it in completely. So you do it, I tend to go pushing all the way down. Try and keep, if your yarn is twisted like mine, as in it's a cotton yarn, then try and keep those twists within it so that you actually get the texture rather than it being flat. Keep turning till you get to the end. Then I push it down with my trim off the end of the yarn. Now you have a fully wrapped Easter egg. Many different colours. I love it. There are some beautiful solid shades that you can buy, and you can do them completely to your own Easter decor. You want them orange like a carrot. This one's super cute, but I must admit I like the stripy ones. They make me smile. I'm gonna go and make a large one, or maybe this one, and I'll come back in a moment. With this one I used the slightly wider Scor-Tape, and I went around the center too, where the egg, 2 pieces of the egg joined together, as I don't want them to come apart before I finished wrapping. I didn't go right to the bottom as it is flat, and I need it somewhere to stick, and this one I did 4 times round, so there are 8 sections. So now we finish wrapping the larger egg. Took me, I timed it, 14 minutes from the start of wrapping after I put the tape on. I like these ones. This is flat on the bottom, so you can stand it up. You can see the variation in the yarn, dependent on the size of the egg, shows how many stripes you get. Not very many when you're looking at the tiny one compared to the large one. There are different sizes, widths in the Scor-Tape, so I used on the smallest, and I used this larger one on the largest one. Scor-Tape, you can easily get it at the Scor-Pal.com website. Again, not sponsored, but it is my adhesive of choice when paper crafting, and now I realise how well it works with other forms of crafting. It's going to be on my craft table at all times. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd love to hear that you had made some yourself. And please, if you can message me, share it on Facebook, Instagram, tag me in it. Thank you very much, and happy Easter.